Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And it is great to be here. I'm actually in the lounge today. I'm downstairs in the lounge. My wife is working upstairs in the office. Once again, things have been busy. They've been busy, so it's been a while since my last video. But today we are going to do a review of a magic trick. So let's get straight to it. Welcome back to the channel. Like I said, now if you've been away, I want to just do a couple quick notices. The most recent trick that I've released is called reverb, and reverb is a trick using your AirPods. You take your AirPods, make them disappear, and they reappear, together, and then you make them disappear once again. Now that it's back in your ear, it's a very, very good practical trick. I absolutely love it. I perform it all the time. It is available in lots of different versions of your AirPods. So if you have the AirPod 4s, you can get it in that. But if you are still with the AirPod Pros 1 and 2, you can get them in that as well. So lots of varieties. But that, my friends, is a brilliant trick, and I do recommend you go to ianbaileymagic.com and have a look at it there. My stock is getting very limited at the moment. I need to restock on a few things, so things are quite limited, but take a look and order that. But no other news apart from, actually, yes, I will be lecturing in Bristol very soon. Let me get the date for you on that one. So the Bristol date is coming up on the 24th of June. So I'm going to be lecturing in Bristol Magic Club on the 24th of June. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that is about it from me. So let's have a look at Quantum Key. So I got sent this by Hanson Chien. I have to thank him and Calvin Liew for sending me this. You will get an unbiased review. Just because I've received it for free does not mean that I'm going to sing its praises blindly without reason. So what do you get in the box? Now, what Hanson Chien love to do is give you sneaky little surprises in the box. So I've removed a few things because basically they are here on this keychain here. But you get two keys. You get a quick release ring, key ring, and then underneath here, you also get that key tag that I'm just about to show you. So this key tag has two little pockets, so you can basically store your key in there if you want to prevent the gimmick getting lost, if you know what I mean. And you also get two keys, so you get the gimmicked key and you get the ungimmicked key. And if I hold them both up together, you would not know which one is which. They are very, very well made, very, very well made. And the beauty of this, I'll go into what I love about it later on in the review. I'm going to tease you on this, but this is a key through bill penetration trick. So you would take your key out of your pocket. You're looking for something sharp, and so you go, oh, maybe I'll just use my key. What coincidence! I just happens to have a gimmicked key ready to go. You don't say that, but you bring out your key. You then borrow someone's £5 note, £10 note, £20 note, dollars, whatever. It works well with paper currency and plastic, so it doesn't matter which country you're from. Which country? Any country. Doesn't just have to be those two countries. Could be anywhere. And you're able to borrow that bill, penetrate it with the key, so kind of tear apparently a hole in it, rip it out, and there's now no hole on the note. It's good. It's good. Now, I have mentioned on other videos that I'm not normally a lover of the pen through note trick or the key through note trick, because I feel like it's not really realistic that you've actually stabbed a hole in the note to begin with, right? If you were to actually get a key and try and push it through a note, whether it's paper or plastic, you really making a hole in that is quite unlikely. And typically it doesn't look great, right? It doesn't look great when you rip it out. It doesn't sound particularly great. The gimmick itself has to be really strong for you to kind of get a good, ripping sound out of it. And you'll know what I mean. And so I've never really loved it. What I have loved is Charlie Fry's Swiss Army knife through note trick. Using a kind of similar gimmick to Misled, that kind of thing. And that for me is my go-to thing. If I'm going to perform a note through bill effect, an item through bill trick, I still, for me personally, I still prefer the knife through the bill, because it makes sense. Out of all the items you could choose, the knife going through the note and tearing it is, for me, the trick is the restoration. The penetration of the note it shouldn't be the trick part to it, right? If people are going, wow, oh wow, how did you get that through there? That for me, I think you've lost the effect. Nicholas Lawrence had the chapstick through bill trick, and so he kind of highlighted it. If you can't hide it, you highlight it. And so what he did is actually got a chapstick and slowly pushed it through the note. And so the trick itself was the penetration as well as the restoration of the bill. And so I have time for that. I can see that. When I was watching this, the tutorial is about 25 minutes long. It's Calvin on there. Sorry, not Calvin. It's Hanson on there. And it is subtitles, so you can get English subtitles on there. Watching a subtitle video is always quite annoying because you can't just kind of play it in the background whilst doing the washing up. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of my time not really paying attention to magic tutorials if I'm watching them. I have no time for that. I really don't have time for long tutorials. This is 25 minutes long, so it's nice, good length. Hanson does talk about the key through note effect, and he teaches that in detail. He teaches a kind of bitten and restored key, which I'm not too fond on, to be honest. It doesn't look great in my opinion. He teaches a key bend effect. It's okay. I feel like if you want to do a key bend effect, there is an excellent effect called key ring by, I can't remember who it's by. You're going to have to look it up. Key ring. I think Alakazam put it out. Might have to look that up. But that was very good because that bends right around your thumb and you're able to hand the key out straight away. So yeah, apologies to the creator. I can't remember who released that. Very good guy though, very good. I do remember that. So the key bend is fine. It's okay. I'll be honest. When I was watching it, I kept on thinking in the back of my head, this isn't particularly brilliant. It wasn't wowing me. And so I got to the end and I thought, no, I'm not really going to perform this. And then a man called Daniel Liew came on, and that was a bonus video. So I don't know whether if you have originally bought this quantum key right at the very beginning, this bonus video probably wasn't on that link. So I do recommend, if you've owned this for a while, go back and watch this bonus video. This bonus video was about 15 minutes, and that is when it changed my world. All right, because what Hanson Chien are very good at, and I'll talk about this with the Crazy Sam's coin, which I'll do a separate review for very soon. I might be wearing the same T-shirt because it will be on the same day, but yeah, I'll be reviewing that. What they like to do is give you bonus little kind of holders. With Hanson Chien, you've got this kind of nice little coin purse, and what they've given you is this kind of little tag, right? This tag here. And what this tag allows you to do is something very clever, right? So I could hand this out. I could show this just as it is, right? And it looks like I've just got one key on there. They inspect it, etc., right? And then what I could do is, as I go to borrow a note from someone or something like that to penetrate, I've now switched that key, believe it or not. I've just done a switch. That key is now the gimmicked key. And I could do the trick with it on the keychain, or I could take it off the keychain if I want to and penetrate the bill. So this tag itself changed everything. I thought it was so clever, all right? Originally what I thought was just a way of you storing the gimmicked key inside, right? So just avoiding any damage. And that is what it's for. It's got a little pocket here, okay, so you can store stuff in there. That's the first thing. But the switching of one key for another is extremely good. And I thought to myself I could use this on quite a lot of stuff. Now, granted, you can only really do it if that's the only key on the keychain, you know, if that's the only trick key that you want to perform with, because obviously when the moves that you're doing it's kind of, changing it so that basically, you can't have multiple keys on there because you're changing the orientation. But I really, really think that this itself changed it. And it was very, very impressive, the stuff that he was doing. Daniel Liew also was so much better at describing and performing, in my opinion, the key through note. So I think originally when Hanson put out the video, they initially put that video out, and that's fine and that's great. But then later on, Daniel had then started playing around and offered his own advice and tips on there, and that really changed it for me. It made the penetration, like I say, a lot more convincing. The restoration of pulling the key out was really, really good. And then the handling, they teach 3 switches of the key using that key fob. And that, for me, like I say, really, really improved it. And it made me think, actually, I could imagine myself performing this because Daniel did it so well. The other thing is he also, Hanson does teach a key through shirt, t-shirt, if you want to do that, and that's also an option. I would just say, just be careful. Don't make the penetration a trick. Like, I think on their website, on edcmaster.com is where you can buy this. On their website, they showed it like penetrating a coin. I don't know if that's the trick. Is that the trick? I don't think it should be, in my personal opinion. But anyway, that is Quantum Key. So it's around about £60. I know Alakazam have sold out of it at the moment. But if you go in the link in the description below, you will see a discount code which you can use to save 5% off every single order at Alakazam Magic. So it's not just on this if it comes back in stock. You'll be able to use it for any order of any size every single time you order, not just a one-off code. This is any time. I get a little pushback. I get a kickback of 5% as well, so it helps me, stay alive and pay for my child's food and stuff like that. But yeah, that is it. So it's around about £60. Hopefully Alakazam will get it back in stock, but take a look around. I would recommend other places as well to look, but I do need to remain impartial. But there are lots of other good magic shops out there. But EDC Master is where you can buy this directly from Hanson Chien. He does do it in gold, so the gold, which is what they sent me. But you can also get it in stainless steel, I think, and then a combination of both. And then they also do a big bundle deal with all of their different key effects. So yeah, it's really, really good. Would I perform it? I still don't think I would. But the key fob itself, for me, was where I really got value out of this, in my own personal opinion. And that's just because it's my personal style. I prefer the knife through bill trick still. But if you want an effect that's always on your keychain, ready to go, and you have always loved the key through notes trick, then I would recommend this. I would give it kind of a solid 6 out of 10 for me. But there's nothing really wrong with this. This is very good. And if you can master that switch, you've got no worries about handing it out to be examined. So, yeah, thank you very much for sending me this, Hanson Chien. And I will be reviewing Crazy Sam's coins as well very, very soon.